So you're thinking about getting a motorcycle, but you're afraid. You haven't learned how to ride. So you learn how to ride, you go and take the motorcycle training course. Then you try to decide on the bike. Think about sports bike. Wow, that ninja's fire. It's the bomb. Some of you see the dudes on the Harleys blasting music. So you say, yo, I want me a road car, a street car. I chose the Pan American Special 2025 off of the showroom floor. So you saved up the bread, and you say, yo, I'm going to get that motorcycle. You go in, credit works out, and you get the motorcycle. But you're afraid to even ride the motorcycle home. They told you to test ride it. You said, nah, I don't need to test drive it. I'm good. Because you're afraid. You're afraid. You took the motorcycle training course, but you're afraid to be out there in traffic. And if you're in the A like me, when you're on 285 and 85, in the rush hour traffic, and you just bought that bike, and the traffic's almost bumper to bumper, I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with you. You might get swiped. I'm not trying to deter you from getting a bike. I'm just saying this is not for suckers. This is not for cream puffs. This is not for, you know what I mean, someone that's soft in the middle. This is for real men that take into consideration you will lay that bike down at one point or another. And when I say lay it down, when I say you may lay her down, I mean for. And how bad that will be is determined on your riding skills. So you got the motorcycle, and you managed to get it home. You drove slow on the back roads. All the way, you drove 30. You kept it in one gear. But when you got home, you like stopping it, realize you hadn't mastered that clutch yet. So you know what I mean? You hard on the clutch and the throttle. So when you know what I mean? You got to the crib, you said, wow, I made it. So you want to ride, you hear the engines coming by, and your hood, and so you can't sleep well that night. So you hear Contaza Doc maybe next door. That's me, right? Firing up his bike. And you're like, wow, that engine sounds good. Huh? So you up in the middle of the night saying you want to ride, you want to go and show off your new bike, but you're afraid. So you get on it. Get on the bike. Crank it up. You try and take off. You pop the clutch. It jumps on you. You haven't won that friction zone on your clutch yet. So it's because you're scared. Your fear is overcoming. So you start to say, man, maybe I got a bike too big. You make all these excuses not to ride the bike, but the only way to learn how to truly ride is that seat tumbling. It's on it, ride it. And you may lay it down. But if you get the proper techniques down, they lay down won't be so bad. I was traveling just the other day, homie. And a lady wasn't looking. She almost swiped me coming from the lane not looking. And I'm revving up my engine when I'm in traffic. I want to make sure you hit me. But she's still not, and she looked startled. If I didn't slam on my brakes, man, I'm hit you something. When you hit the front brake, you might go down. Especially the bigger the bike. One of the key things I'm going to teach you right now. When you're going at slow speeds, that rear brake is key. Especially when you're about to come to a stop. One of the things that you need to master on the motorcycle is slow speeds. Because that's when your skills come in. This is a 1250 ride. Big boy. Taller than the average bike. Because it's a touring bike. On and off road. Pan American special. So you got your bike. And you hear everybody riding and you want to ride. But you're afraid. So, this is what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to go out there each day. If you're afraid, you got a backyard, go in your backyard. But what I would tell you to do is to go to a parking lot. If you got a parking lot in your neighborhood, a big, huge parking lot, and it's fairly empty during the day, go to that parking lot. And you need to practice just starting and stopping until you master that clutch and throttle. Find out where that friction zone is on your clutch. You come off it easy. Then after you master that, and you master that throttle, you gotta practice stopping. So pick up some speed, go about 30, and then try and come to a sudden stop. Use that rear brake and the front brake, but when you're about to come to a complete stop, don't hit that front brake. Use the rear brake. You should be able to put 1 foot down when you're at a stoplight or something like that. If you can't do that, you haven't mastered that bike. You haven't mastered riding that bike because you're afraid and you need to up your skills. Now, at intersections, most dangerous places. Always slow down when you go to an intersection and keep your head on a swivel. Because they see you, but they don't see you. It's been at least 20 times already over the past year that someone's almost hit me. But I maneuver the bike, I run the bike. And so how do you do that? You gotta get that seat time, man. Even after the motorcycle training course, go to a parking lot and practice the basics. Because it goes back to the basics. So you go and you practice. And then the girl, the wifey, she peeped game. Like, damn, he don't ride that much. And you can't afford to get hurt. You gotta help provide for the family. And your children, your son, or your daughter, your son and your daughter's like, Dad, I don't think you should go out anymore because you fell. You went out and you came in scarred up. And you see me? I got on protective clothing. There's a lot of bad examples out there. A lot of riders don't wear protective clothing, right? These are padded pants, padded jacket. This is Alpine Star, one of the best, right? So wear protective gear. You see a lot of the people that taught themselves to ride, they don't wear protective gear. And when they have to go through slow maneuvers, they're not good at it. They're good at high speeds. But anyone could pretty much, once you get the motorcycle going, the motorcycle controls itself at a high speed. You're just giving it throttle, easing off of the throttle. But when you come to slow downs and you gotta make U-turns in a tight spot, that's when your skills come in. You might have to do a figure 8. And by the way, if you can't complete a figure 8, you're not gonna pass the motorcycle training course. So your wifey be like, I think you should get rid of that bike. This is why you see You go to any motorcycle dealership and you see a lot of bikes there that has very low mileage. Why? Because they laid that bike down. Or they got that bike home, they paid that money, and they got afraid to ride it. Then they heard about so-and-so. You go on Facebook, and you see people posting fatality on motorcycle. Man loses his life. And your wifey see. Now the drama's coming down. And she said, yo, you need to get rid of that bike. It's an argument. And since you're not the head of your household, a lot of dudes, a dude across the street from where I live at, he said, yo, man, I wish I could still ride. I said, why don't you? He said, my wife won't let me. I said, what? What part of the game is that? Hey, yo, but to each his own. I'm a real man. You know what I mean? I'm going to do me. You understand what I'm saying? Any woman that's with me, that trying to be the head of me, rock-a-bye, baby. She could kick rocks. Because I'm going to be the head of my household. You could like that, understand it, believe it or not. You call that misogynistic, chauvinistic, what have you. I call it being a real man. In this game I had, this sport I had, it's a real man. You got to have that heart. I'm just talking that talk, right? But on the real though, you got to have heart. Because you got to face the possibilities. This is why so many people get rid of bikes. That you might go down. And when you go down, when you lay this bike down, at some point, you're going to lay the bike down. That's a no-brainer. Whether the bike falls over what you wanted, or you forgot to tie your shoelaces or something, but one day you're going to lay this bike down. And if you land it down, if you're going at a high speed, yo, man, I was trying to make this U-turn. And this old elderly couple pulled out in front of me, and I had to lay it down. And then you call your wifey to come and get you. She had to use the F-150 to come and get your bike. You didn't really get hurt because you had crash bars on your street glide. But it hurt you mentally. And the worst thing you could do if you lay her down is not get back on that bike if you're not hurt. Now, if your arm is twisted and your leg and all of that, I could dig it. You can't get back on right there, but at some point, you're going to have to get back on because this is why so many people get rid of motorcycles. If they lay them down, there was an accident. Most of the people that I talk to that used to ride, and they don't ride anymore, it's because they say I had to lay it down. I laid it down 2 times. And so, yeah, my wife didn't want me on. It's the wifey story where they laid it down and it took their heart. So they couldn't get back on it anymore. So this is why you see so many motorcycles back at the dealership. And it has almost no miles. Yeah, I seen this is a Pan American I had, 2025. But I seen a 2024 Pan American at the Harley dealership that only had 137 miles on it. The dude came and turned it back in. Then I saw a street glide, 1,000 and some miles. 2022, only 1,000 and some miles. So I've been learning that most people only ride their motorcycle once or twice a month. I get a lot of seat time. I can't hold you. Real man shit, you dig? I get a lot of seat time. I ride my bike every day unless it's raining. There's been times I had to ride in the rain. Like I rode from Atlanta all the way to Florence in the rain all the way, B. This bike right here, breaking it in. I got this off of the showroom floor. It had 3 miles on it 3 weeks ago. I mean, miles I got on this now? Almost 1,300. Plus I got another bike, the African Twin. So, always been that kind of, yeah, I mean, I outdoor dude, right? Contact sports dude, right? So I was mountain biking and all of that. So I've been over the handlebars. I've been hurt. I done messed my leg up, messed my shoulder up, all that. And one thing I learned from that sport, if you go down, you better get back on. Once I was hurt bad. I got back on the bike and rode it to my truck. But I suffered the consequences for the next 6 months or so. Swollen, messed up shin, messed up shoulder, could hardly put my shirt on. You understand what I'm talking about? But I got back up and got after it, little man shit. But that's what's required with this. If you lay this joint down, if you lay your motorcycle down, and you're not really disfigured, get back on then. Because you're gonna develop a phobia of motorcycles. And this is why so many bikes, so many new bikes, are taken back to the dealership. That's why so many riders quit. Nah, man, I'm done. I talked to John Bourne. He showed me pictures where he was leaning with his knees almost touching the floor. He laid it down. He said, yo, I had to lay it down. I had to get whatever. I was gonna kill myself. Hey, yo, man. Insurance on me. If I go doing what I love. Real man shit, man. It's just the way it is, homie. Hey, man, I'm not telling you have to be like that, but you only get one chance at life. If you live it right, once it's all you need. Okay? So, if you got a bike, if you take it back, you're gonna lose money. It's not unusual. Listen, I'm telling you something else, man. You're not the only one that's scared like that. You dig? The other cats that you see out here riding, they nervous. They don't lay their bikes down. I'm not afraid to tell people I laid the bike down, man. I laid it down. Got back up. Yo, I'm good? Good, I'm back on. People look at it, I don't care nothing about them, man. It's my world, man. I'm back on it. Right back after it, man. Right back after it. That's what you gotta do, man. So you don't have no fear. When the lady I almost got hit in the vein. It was that last Sunday. Yeah, last Sunday. Asian lady pulls out, stop right there in front of me, I'm coming. Then she trying to peel off, I'm blowing my horn. If I didn't stop, I would have ran right into her side door. If you get nervous after that, you're gonna lose it. Because when you on this bike, when you're on these bikes, when you're on these motorcycles, you gotta have a clear head. This is therapeutic for me, man. Your mind has to be clear. You can't be thinking about that argument you just got in with wifey because she wants you to get rid of this bike because she's applying pressure. Pressure, homie. Get your mind right, Ken. Let me tell you this, man. Don't quit. Live your life, man. You've been wanting a bike. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a story, right? People like stories. Everybody like a good story, right? Tell you a story, man. So, I was always not able to get a motorcycle as a child because I had relatives, 3, that died on motorcycles. 2 of them was a closed casket. It was so bad. My cousin that used to teach me martial arts and all of that, he was into a lot of fast cars and motorcycles. He was taking a corner at over 100 and something, and he couldn't straighten it out. So he ran off of the street, and his body got pierced by a tree. Amen. The Most High bless his soul. That was years ago, huh? So after that, my moms and pops was like, yo, you ain't getting no motorcycle, and so on and so forth. So I'm like, yeah. I never did it. But that urge was there. Like, I used to see cats going, yo, it was some fly shit, man. That's the type of hype right there. A man looking nice on that, man. Wow. And I'm hit you something, man. This ain't no reason to get it, but a lot of ladies love that. It's that adrenaline, man. Wow. Throw a lady on back of that. That adrenaline, you dig? But that's not the reason to get it. It might be one of the reasons. A lot of guys join motorcycle clubs and all of that because they can't get women otherwise. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah. So if you got a motorcycle or you're thinking about getting one, go and get it. Live your life. Do it right. Be safe. Be cautious. Don't take it back. Don't listen to wife. You gotta do you. Because if you take it back, you're gonna be living with regret. Don't be a henpeck. You know what I mean? Be one of these. Don't be one of these birds right here, man. You dig? Man up. Stand up and man up, man. So, but don't quit. I'm talking that talk right now, but on the real, don't quit. Don't quit. If you know what I mean, you don't feel comfortable, you feel nervous, you're gonna overcome that. Don't take the bike back. A lot of people, if they make mistakes and all of that, you don't get it right away, you're gonna get it. Stay with it. Stay with it. You're gonna overcome that. Then you're gonna look back on that like, ah, man, I was about to take this bike back, now I'm loving it. You dig? And there's a lot of bikes out there because so many people are bringing them back, returning them. And right now, we're going into the off season. So if you want to cop you a bike, cop it right now, or a month from now, the prices are going to go way down. People getting rid of bikes, so you're going to get a lovely price. I'm thinking about going to get me a crotch rocket. I always said I don't need that, man. Cause yo, man, look at the speedometer. Yo, will this bike really do that? And I'm gonna stop right there, man. I don't want to dry snitch on myself, you dig? But stop returning your bikes. Don't allow fear to prevent you from enjoying yourself and manning up. Just be safe. And yeah, I'm riding with the Ruach. And if you're considering riding with an MC club, leave a comment below this video. Maybe you could hang around True Icon MCs. You can check some other videos out on this channel about True Icons MCs. You need someone to teach you to ride properly? We got you. Come and hang out with True Icon MCs. And then maybe, just maybe, if you're good enough, we'll let you prospect. This is Pete Sip, sounding the word for right now, aka Taz. Don't quit, stay after it. Peace, 2 fingers, and I'm gonna leave that in the air. I'm out.